Hi everybody, today I'm introducing my lovely wife Lisa,
Hello everyone.
and we are here in Cameron Highlands and we plan to hike a few trails here. So now we are at trail number 4 going to number 6, and we are going to hike up the trail behind there. You can see behind us it heads up to mini Mossy forest, and we'll see where it takes us from there. So it's still slippery track on bricks and concrete, but well, at least the moss is starting to come out, and as you can see, lots of ferns, nice big fat juicy moss, I guess you could call this. Anyway, we are hoping that the concrete and brick peter out after a while. There is a junction to trail 6 up ahead, and hopefully from there things become a little bit better. Temperature now is about 23 degrees, I guess, and we'll... what's that?
Chicken.
You have chickens down there? Okay, we'll bring you back in a while. Here we see a really big fern. That's my trekking pole for size, and they are about, the stems are about 4 times the diameter of my pole. It goes up probably 10 feet, and we're still pushing on to trail 6 and hoping for some dirt trail. So that is a really tall fern shoot. For perspective, can you put your pole there? That's like 3-4 feet thereabouts. So cool. So coming from some slick forest, now we are on trail with lots of duff. Yep, drying up, and we have some sort of, what are these, Cunningham?
Fir tree.
That's Cunningham fir tree. Anyway, it's a tree that was brought in by the British during the colonial days, and I guess they planted them on the hill. Down there we still have our river keeping us company. So we just came from over there, and this is still up trail 4. There was something called Parit Falls, which Parit in Malay means a ditch, and we decided to just go up trail 4 to find out what's going on. And quite honestly, that's not much. So you just go down this little concrete stairway, and there is a bridge which cuts across a loop. So you'd go there, loop round and come back here, and this basically allows you to cut over the river, and that's it. Tiny little waterfall, not accessible to people, not advisable to jump, and sad to say there's a bunch of trash in there. That is so disappointing. Anyway, there is a sign from the Leave No Trace website that has been put up there talking about durable campsites and stuff like that. And come on, Malaysia, this is an eddy from the stream, and look at that. Malaysia, you can do better than that. That is trash. And anyway, I don't want to say any more than that. That's more or less the river that's been accompanying us the whole way. And now we're going to cut back and head to the branch to trail 6. Okay guys, so that was where we came from, trail 6. No, sorry. That's where we came from, trail 4.
Trail 4.
And that was where Parit Falls was. And you can see that trash can full of trash behind there, because, well, Malaysians do not know how to carry out the trash, sad to say. And trash in the river was The cherry on the cake? Rotten cherry on the cake. So, behind me now, that's the diversion to Trail 6. We're gonna go up there. Hope we hit some dirt trail. Thus far, it's all been just brick and concrete. Honestly, not recommended. Boring to a certain extent. Yeah, you got trees, you got moss a little bit, but if you're looking for nature and a hike, I would not recommend this thus far. We'll see whether we get something better. And now we're gonna walk through more pine wood and finally dirt trail. Okay guys, so we just came up to Trail 6 and finally we have dirt trail. Climbing up through those pine trees actually smells like the California redwoods and it's fantastic. Let me turn you around and show you what we see now. Yep. Ah, that is so cool. Where's the rope? Okay, so if you walk past the steps that Trail 4 branches off to Trail 6, you will see this rope that is just before Pirate Falls, which is over there. So if you do not want to take the steps and want to take a little bit more of an adventurous part, just walk a little bit further, you'll get to this rope. You can rope climb up and then you get over to this lovely dirt trail which goes through the forest and is what we are looking for. So things are looking up, things are looking better, and hopefully we see some more interesting things up ahead. And the trail here now has started to gain elevation like nobody's business. It doesn't show up on video as usual. Anybody who climbs and tries to video and trail climb knows what I'm talking about. But this is going straight up, all the way up there. Alright, come back once you reach the top. How's things going? Alright. Okay, so what I'm guessing is halfway up we went through a couple of falls, trees blown down. More here. So disadvantages of being slightly tall, yes. And the trail keeps going and going. It looks like there's a bit of stone steps which have washed out, and now the majority of it is just trail. That's because some foundation stones are here and there's a clearing. The last bit, the sign, yeah, there's a sign which was tipped over and in a ditch. And the last bit of this climb was steps, concrete steps. Now I guess we're gonna head back down. Partially obstructed view of a mountain which we do not know the name. We'll try and get a view somewhere, hopefully. Forest here is really dense. So these little things look like trees, but they're actually just little bits of moss. And without the leaves, that actually look like a little forest. Check that out. Not so gigantic hill of little moss trees. And so apparently we were not really at the peak. We have a little bit more of a ways to go. Oop. Small little spider. Little bit of a longer stick. So this is where we finally came from. last bit. There is a power line running to, I honestly have no idea where, but being at the top of a hill with a power line invariably always gives you a view. So that's how we get down. And this is a view of, this is probably Tanarata.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's basically the first open view we have since we started hiking today. Everything else has been more or less obscured. Make sure you bring hiking poles. The track where it is made of brick and concrete is slick. There's some decent climbs, but I think the main point would be to keep your footing. We almost had a couple of spills just now. It is really slick down there. So now we're gonna go back down to the forestry campsite down there, and from there we will either drive or walk, depending, to trailhead 3 where the mini Mossy forest apparently is. And after that we hope to be able to go to the actual Mossy forest. Okay, this is so cool. The ground is actually it's like a trampoline. Not sure if you can pick it up, but it's, yeah, check it out. So if you walk, yeah. I think the organic layer is so thick that actually walking on this is super nice. Okay, so surprisingly we are still ascending, and we are about three-quarter of a ways through Trail 6. Trail 6? Yeah. Trail 6. Yes, we're three-quarter way down Trail 6. Looks like we've just started on the descent. The place is really nice. All natural trail. Nice and spongy. Slick, but nice. And nice views. Even though we're closed in, but that is the reality of tropical forests in Malaysia. And surprise, surprise, we're gonna climb that hill there again. So, just to make sure I don't fall and break something, I'm going to turn off the camera and focus on getting up that hill. Okay, so this is the first proper signage we've seen with directions. And so Trail 6 actually is a Y, so you could go to the right, which will hook up with Trail 3, and you could go to the mini Mossy forest. But we want to cut back down to the car and head on to the actual Mossy forest, which is in a different location. So we'll have to go to the forestry office, which is 0.9 kilometers down there. And hopefully this is all downhill from here. And there is a little signboard here, made by probably some hiker. Link 4 to Pirate Waterfall, which was where we were just now. Tanarata Town Centre. And it says here the watchtower, but that has, we know it's no longer there. And okay, forestry office. Alright, on to the forestry office then it is. Okay, so I guess we're almost out. Got a concrete bridge over a nice little stream. Could get water from here, I guess, if you really need it. And I guess it's easy walking from here. Once again, nice duff covered part. Smooth. stream to accompany, and we should be getting out of here pretty soon. So we've been seeing a couple of these things on the ground. They appear to have fallen from trees above. They have like roots in them, and yeah, appear like a beehive of sorts, but they're not. If anybody knows what they are, please give us a shout out. They are like spongy on the inside, and we see lumps of these up in the trees. Don't see any of them here, but yeah. Drop a comment down there if you know what these are. So, this is the forest campsite, which has apparently a lot of tents now, even though it is midweek. And thank goodness the gate is open. I guess this is us. And now we'll get back to the car and head on to the Mossy forest. Okay, a quick sneak peek before we leave the forestry campsite. So this is what it looks like. It's mostly cement and sand area. Places to pitch a tent. It appears that there's a team or a group of people which has hired a company to provide camping services for them, because all the tents look the same. There's a couple of guys in the background cooking a meal which looks like it's for many people, and there's a few more tents over here, same thing. Goddamn mosquitoes. And yeah, so that's about it. Come out here and you can hike up directly to Trail 6. Okay, there's somebody else here. I'm gonna turn off the camera for now. Okay, so Lise, what do you think?
It's fun.
Trail 4 not so really, right? Not so good. Trail 6. Trail 6 was...
Trail 6 recommended.
Yeah, so if you want to hike on dirt trail, in the proper jungle trails, you will have to head up Trail 4 just a little bit, slippery as heck, and then swerve off either up the concrete staircase or move a little bit further down and hit the ropes, climb up, and then you'll be Trail 4 all the way up and can loop back down into the forestry campsite. Anything else? Oh yes, we used Map.me, which is an app which is free, and you don't even have to sign up, just download it, and the trails for at least all the major trails in this area is there. Use that. Alright, on to Mossy Forest. So this is the entrance to the Mossy Forest. Up to about 6 months ago, it was free, and as of now, the government has implemented ticketing, which is 10 ringgit for locals. I think it's 30 ringgit for foreigners. And okay, they have nice boardwalks and whatnot, but the ticket to go to the Mossy Forest on the boardwalk only gives you access for about 600 meters of boardwalk. After that, there's a second permit which takes you on to Mount Irau, which takes about 2 to 2.5 hours, but entrance to that is required before 12 p.m. After that, there's no more entry because it takes 5 to 6 hours to turn around. So over here,
The border of 2 states.
apparently this is the border of 2 states. So
Besides Perak.
that's Perak, and that's Pahang. So this mossy tree is in Pahang. So this is, well, I have nothing against the government ticketing the thing to maintain it, because I'm sure there was a lot of abuse on the trail, because it's a very heavily traversed place. Yep, so this is the stuff they're talking about. Trees absolutely covered in moss. And I'm sure it would have been nicer before the boardwalks. Check that out. I wonder how old these trees are. Okay, so we are now at an elevation of 2,000 meters or 6,561 feet, which is pretty high. Temperature is about 19 degrees, and we're going up all the way to the top of the lookout tower. Lookout tower is made of fiber reinforced plastic, which explains how they hauled all the material up here without too much difficulty. So what side are we looking at?
Perak.
Perak side. And we have some comm towers up over there. And wow, just wow. Not too much of a view this time as the clouds have covered a lot. Let's look around the other side. Coming in over here. So we have an overlook, and this is on the Perak side. And we can see for some miles camps, but overlooking Pahang, the other side, but overlooking the other side, we're totally socked in. Can't see anything past the trees down there. So this is what the trail looked like before the boardwalk. Would have been awesome. But now we have this. Old trail. So we just came down these steps. They are super steep. You basically have to walk sideways down them. Not good for the knees, but there's a whole bunch of them there. And this is the place where we split. We go back through these steps. And if you want to continue to Mount Irau, there's a permit checkpoint here. So this is where they check your Irau permit before you head on down the trail, and by the looks of it, it's proper trail. So I guess if you want to hike mossy forest trails without boardwalk, you'll have to come in before 12 to get an Irau permit. It's on the spot. And then you can hike through the Mossy Forest boardwalk and onto Irau. You would have to get both the Irau permits and the Mossy Forest permit to get to this point and onto Irau. Okay, so verdict for Mossy Forest.
Worthwhile.
Worthwhile, right? Yeah, so a lot of people say that
It's a
paying the 10 bucks,
tourist trap.
yeah, it's a tourist trap. 10 bucks is too much, and 30 bucks for tourists is, foreigners is too much. But well, if they didn't build a boardwalk, I think the moss and all that was getting damaged. So they had to do this, and it's an experience. It's just 100 meters lower than
Gunung
Tahan, the highest peak in
Malaysia.
West Malaysia.
West Malaysia, sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, we have Kinabalu in Sabah. But yeah, so it's an experience to be at 2,000 meters or 6,000 feet. The drive up though is terrible. We'll get a little bit of footage of that in a while, but if you drive slow, I think most cars would be able to get up. We saw small cars, big cars, four-wheel drives, family cars, MPVs. Yeah, so it's doable. Just take it slow. As I mentioned, it's 15 kilometers from town, but it takes 44 minutes to get up at 15 kilometers. But you do climb all the way to the top. So yeah, do the Mossy Forest, pay the $10, pay the $30, whatever it is, and have a look at what's the mountain? Okay, Brinchang?
Irau.
Brinchang. Right.
Yeah. Mount Brinchang.
Yeah, Mount Brinchang has to offer. And of course, if you have the time, come in before 12 and just do Irau. It's 2.5 hours in and 2.5 hours out, so you will be out by the evening. Though the trail, as of now, is closed, right? Is it due to landslides?
Right. Is it? No,
Yeah.
that was in 2018.
That was 18, but it said until further notice, and the banner is still there.
Oh, right. That was still closed.
Yeah, so if you want to do Irau, give the Forestry Department of Pahang a call and find out whether the trail is open or not. Okay, so we're going to show you a bit of really dodgy road in a minute. Okay, so this is one of the stretches of really bad road. If you have a car with reduced clearance or cut springs, do not attempt this drive. That being said, I drive a Peugeot 308, which is reasonably low by design, and as long as I pick my way through the ruts and gullies, which I don't know where to go now. Yeah. I seem to be managing all right.
Okay. Oh, small.
And so it comes and goes, good and bad, but yeah, there's places like that where you have to basically just pick your way through the high spots to avoid scraping the bottom of your car. Okay guys, the day has come to an end. We did the Mossy Forest and we stopped by the plantation for a while, the Bow Plantation, which we shall continue tomorrow. We had a lot of fun, and we are ending the day at the old smokehouse and its crackling fire. That's Joe in the background, the bartender, and so.
Do you recommend this place?
So yeah, we really recommend this place. It's a great old building built in 1937, and it has been like this ever since, and the food is still good, still does the same things, and the furniture, fireplace, everything is still the same. So if you do come up to Cameron's, do drop by the smokehouse as well for some meals and some drinks. And thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and let us know what you think in the comments below.